Hello, I am, and you are whoever you are, and this game has been the most disturbing thing I have ever played. Hello. And I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way. You just fucking take the game's called Stalker, and you're not really stalking or involving anything with beans. I find it rather peculiar that I find more iron, wood, and anything other than beans on this beanstalk. Needless to say, I'm kinda sorta a little terrified of this game, for you see, this game kind of attacks my phobia for brains. I find them really disturbing, kinda like how people find an eyeball disturbing, or feet disturbing, or people who like feet disturbing. I also don't like anything that touches my face. And the devs just so happen to have the wonderful idea of combining the two things, making the most terrifying thing I have ever seen. They also had a way with making the most unsettling sound effects for everything. Spiders with their crawling, the bees with their and the plants with their plant noise. Alright, enough about my stupid fears and time to move on to the actual gameplay. Don't worry, I'll still be screaming and crying. If you're wondering why I don't show combat during those things, it's because combat's kinda just...
Fuck you, just die. Jesus Christ.
Combat isn't the strong selling point of this game, it's about exploration.
I'm afraid of discovering new things, said the adventurer.
And you could probably already assume that you go exploring in order to find valuable resources.
Literal goat shit, word for word. That's what that is? That's what... Does this look like goat shit?
And you use said valuable resources to craft the finest of weapons and artillery.
This sword was forged with only the finest goat shit money can buy.
But a sword's not really gonna get you anywhere. You need to make a gun because everything else can shoot.
What the fuck was that? A literal cannon?
And anything that can't shoot, you just have a major advantage over anyway.
Oh, it fucking flies too.
But using a gun, obviously, requires ammo. There's two ways that you can obtain ammo. You can either craft it, or you can call it. But anytime you find a chest, including a resupply, you have to solve a puzzle to open it.
I'm too stupid.
I actually like this feature. I like the puzzles in the game. I'm stupid, but I still enjoy them, even though it doesn't really make sense. You called for a supply drop. What if every supply drop worked this way? You're out lost at sea on a lifeboat, and a supply drop comes, and you have to solve a Rubik's Cube to open it. A lot of people would die, including me.
Oh, I thought I had drift for a second. Yo, that's messed up.
But instead of complaining about the devs putting a weird system in the game, I'm gonna just pretend that my team of people who are supplying me are just really incompetent, because they are.
This fall damage, by the way.
I wish you told me that.
Or you see, anytime you're done gathering supplies, you have to call for an extraction.
Extraction point detected nearby.
I'm well aware!
And somebody below the beanstalk will launch a harpoon at you that you can zipline down. Thing is, the zipline will hit a random spot below you. And with my luck, it's always put in the worst possible place.
Fuck. Why you gotta put me on a goddamn scorpion nest?
Yeah, back to the puzzles. The thing about the puzzles, you actually have to learn them. You have to figure these things out to progress through the game. But it gets worse. It's not only a 3x3, now you gotta figure out the 4x4. There's these temple challenges that have these 4x4 puzzles and 3x3 puzzles. And these temples hold a specific resource that you need in order to craft a key to go to the boss fight. And if you don't finish these puzzles within a certain amount of time, you are shot on the spot. And so this game made me do something I have never done before. Sit my ass down and learn. It actually didn't really take me all that long. I figured out a trick to the 4x4. If you get all the area around the outside, then you can do the inside pretty quick. There's a certain trick to it, but I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, now I'm averaging less than 5 seconds.
The only problem is the boss does a 3x3 and I didn't study the 3x3. And that's as much boss fight as I'm gonna show. They're not super great, they're not super engaging. This isn't Dark Souls or anything, but it's a boss fight in VR and you guys should experience it yourselves. I shouldn't talk about it. You go have fun. Just keep in mind that you need to bring a lot of ammo. Also keep in mind this game was only made by 15 people and I think they did a stellar job. I freaking love this game. I'm giving it like an 8 out of 10. There's a couple things that can be better, but I freaking love it. I also plan to not talk about the third area. I've talked about the first area and the second area and shown a lot about that, and I've showed a little bit about the third area, but I want most of that to be a surprise for you too, mainly because I haven't explored it because it terrifies me. There's a bunch of new things to explore out there, and I don't know what's an enemy and what's just an object.
Friend or foe? Not friend.
But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy, that sucks. Why'd you watch till the end?